Okay, I am so excited to bring you this topic. Okay, so I'm going to sit you down. You're not going to be able to see my eyeballs because I'm going to start driving in a few minutes. And I'm going to bring you this topic because it came to me this morning about I had great experience building my business while I had small kids. And I haven't talked about this in a long time, but I used to teach this all the time. Okay, so when I first started my business, my home-based business, I had a full-time job that was an hour away. Yeah, I had an hour commute there, an hour commute back. I had a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I did that job for 2.5 years, full-time, while I built my business. Yes. So I'm going to just give you a couple of things that might be for you, and it might be for somebody that you know. So if you know someone who's really hungry to build their business, yet really keen on being the best mom possible, as we all are, share this with her because it could make a difference. And I'm just going to give you, not in order of importance, but just how I dealt with it. And it made it work so well for me and so well for some of the people that I mentored to build strong businesses while they had small children. Okay, so number one, you had to know that you were not going to sacrifice your children in order to build your dream. I knew that. So I didn't care what anybody else said about it. And trust me, a lot of people had opinions. Oh my God. Everybody had an opinion. Gloria, you're never home. Gloria, you're working too hard. Gloria, you're not going to have enough energy. Gloria, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, my business was thriving. I was excited. It was an exciting time. Oh, did I tell you I became a single parent in that process? Yes. Okay, so number one, I got a lot of flack there from a now ex who thought that, one of his ways of trying to increase my insecurity was telling me that I was doing the wrong thing. And I'm so glad I did the right thing and stuck to my gun and stuck to my dreams and decided to work hard because my kids are fabulous and they have fabulous relationships with each other and me. Okay, so number two, I had a pool of babysitters, not just one babysitter, but maybe 3 or 4 babysitters that I could really trust. Now, that takes a minute, but it was important for me not to just rely on one babysitter. Why? Because I needed a lot of flexibility. And so, my first base, of course, was I pulled some amazing women from my church and my neighbors. But if this were, if I made an appointment on Tuesday and babysitter number 1 couldn't make it, I went to babysitter number 2. Babysitter number 2 couldn't make it, I went to babysitter number 3. No one got all up in it. No one was emotional about it. That's exactly how it worked. And so my babysitters were great, okay? Number 3, this is a very important point. If you have a significant other who is feeling like he always has to run home in order for you to do your business, don't get it twisted. It starts to cause a challenge in the relationship because he always has to run home to make your appointments work. And then in our business, sometimes the appointments hold, sometimes the appointments don't hold, right? So you come back home a half an hour later or whatever, and he's given up his night, or he's made other arrangements, or he had to leave work early and he really didn't need to. Okay, tip. Get the babysitter. Let him cancel the babysitter if he really doesn't need the babysitter. Let him cancel the babysitter if he finds that that's not a priority right now. He gets home, he cancels the babysitter, or he gets home and he keeps the babysitter, because sometimes the babysitter allows him to be home, but he can still enjoy being with the kids, and some things can get taken care of depending on the kind of babysitter you have. Maybe the babysitter can fold clothes, or maybe she can put the dishes away, or maybe she can put them at least in the dishwasher. I mean, you can find what you want if you ask and you know. If you ask, you can find what you want. But I would just strongly suggest that if you're going to run a business and you're going to be brilliant enough to double book those appointments and triple book those appointments, which is super smart. But also, don't let your house go havoc because pressure on the significant other to get home. Okay, next point. I always had like-minded people. We used to share babysitting. Now, this is so good because they're not going to criticize you for leaving your house. They're not going to criticize you for going out and doing something. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing. GTV, baby, GTV. Okay, I stopped at a like. Can you tell? Glow Nation. Hashtag Glow Nation. If you're talking about me, hashtag Glow Nation. Okay, so real quick. Like-minded people. Now, let me tell you how this worked. When you work with a like-minded person who's not going to criticize you and understands that you're working to create a different reality for you, your family, and your community, you know what? If you get an appointment at 3 o'clock and they can see you at 5 o'clock, then you take your children over to her house at 5 o'clock. And, you know, maybe they're not in the brand new t-shirt or the cleanest outfit. Or maybe they haven't eaten. Or maybe they did eat. You know what I mean? It didn't matter. And when she dropped her kids at my house at a moment's notice, I mean, you just call me. And if I can do it, I will. And if I can't do it, oh well. It's not any emotions attached to it. That's the beauty of it. And so, you know, it would be Jackie or Gwen, and it would be a situation where if they brought their kids over to my house and it's time to eat, and one child, Nicole, would say, we ate already. I said, oh, well, you're going to eat again. Because when everybody eats, everybody eats. She says, well, I already took a bath. Nope, no. When my kids take a bath, everybody takes a bath. Everybody. So it just made it easy on all of us. I can get the pajamas later. You want to go to bed and wake them up? Not a problem. You know, but like-minded people will support you in your dreams without criticizing you. And your kids love the excitement. I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing better than to have a passionate, excited, smiling mother who doesn't have to give up her dreams or the safety of her children. She's out there doing her thing, and she's not concerned that her children are not well taken care of. I will go into another segment later when my kids got to a point where I had to live in. Ugh. Talk about a dream. A dream is a live-in. You'll get there. You'll get there. All right, you guys, check it in. Gloria Mayfield Banks coming at you live, teaching the ordinary person how to create the extraordinary person. And today starts globetrotting. So I invite you to put on your notifications because tonight, Ken and I are taking off for Dubai. And then we're going to be taking off and going to India. And then we're taking off for Nepal. And I'm going to try and share as much of that with you as possible. So follow me on Instagram stories. Or follow me on Snapchat. And let's create this ambitious group of people who want to enjoy success for themselves, for their family, and for their community. Love you lots. Talk to you later. Bye.